Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with a TTM mail day, recapping Mondays and today's for Tuesday's returns. I have a pretty awesome mail day, honestly. All kinds of different returns all over the board that I think you'll really like. I sent them out pretty recently and they came back super fast, honestly, so I was quite surprised, and they're all coming in and all be into the same video. But I think you'll enjoy this episode. So if you guys are new to this channel, you're just clicking on my video here, what I like to do is write out autograph requests to celebrities or astronauts or baseball players, all kinds of people, and just ask for the autograph, and like to display them or just keep them for myself, and hopefully pass them down someday when I have kids, or to somebody, maybe someone special that I wish to share my collection with. It's a lot of fun. There are links down below in the description box where I get my addresses from. Some are paid sites, some are free. They all do require at least making an account, so they're not like just being thrown out there where anybody can just find it. At least keeping some of these people's addresses somewhat private, but pretty much you can search anybody's name and find them. I've searched myself and been able to find myself, so really there's no hiding anyways. But yeah, I've been doing this hobby for 6 years now, so let's go ahead and get into it. I don't know where to start. We have so much stuff here. I guess we'll start with a Olympic return. She was a speed skater, gold medalist speed skater, like the late 70s, early 80s. This is Miss Diane Mary Hollum, who signed 2 4x6 photos, and I believe one is going to Bruce, if this batch was sent out for. So very cool return there. Then I guess we'll jump the basketball. We got a couple returns from that. We got NBA Hall of Famer Dave Bing. I've been seeing him signing, and I've never sent to him before. He only signed one. I think he might be either just one per, or maybe one per that's free, and maybe the next one's a charge. I don't know. There was no note or anything to specify that, but I just sent 2 just to see what would happen. And then we got a 90s NBA star. This guy, he was a pretty big deal back in the day. Put together a pretty solid NBA career. Played for a long time. I consider him a star. He's in my NBA stars binder, but he still put together a pretty good career. He's a pretty good guy. Mr. Jamal Mashburn from the Dallas Mavericks. Of course, playing for some other teams later on down the road, but pretty big NBA superstar back in the 90s. So that was really cool to see that he was signing. I saw one person get back from him, and it took me a while to get the letter finally out, but that came back pretty quick, so from his home address. So really happy with that one. There was no donation on that one either. I don't know if he necessarily charges or not, but pretty cool to get that one. Then we'll move over to baseball. We got some Battle of the Decades returns here. We got Mr. Ken Henderson with a $3 fee. He used to be free, but he's since up to the $3. Very reasonable. He's a pretty decent player as well anyways. Mr. Roger Craig with $5. It's my great uncle. Not really, but he looks like he could be related to us. Same last name. I asked my grandma, I said, "Do you know this guy?" She said, "He looks like he could be an uncle or something." He looks like a Craig. So somewhere down the line, I'm sure we're related somewhere, but not directly that we can find. We got Mr. Jim Palmer with $10, extremely reasonable price for a really amazing pitcher in his day. He was pretty good, so really good price for a Hall of Famer. Never sent to him before either. We got Mr. Bob Davis. I sent him one photo back when he was playing on the Padres in 1976, and he sent me as a bonus an 81 Don Russ with the Blue Jays. So that was a pretty neat extra there, so thank you, Mr. Davis. I did not have that card or an autograph for Mr. Davis. We got 2 4x6 photos signed by Mr. John Diaquisto. He signed them both with the National League Rookie of the Year 1974 inscription. So one is with the Giants, one is with the Expos. He won the Rookie of the Year with the Giants 2 years previous to this photo here. So pretty neat return there. Then we got another one for the Battle of the Decades. I think he actually charges $5. I think I forgot to include that in my envelope, but he signed it anyways. But I would definitely recommend still including his $5. Mr. Sony Siebert. That was a mistake on my part. I must have. I know I had the cash set aside, so I must have sealed the envelope too soon. Got so excited, I guess. I don't know. Then we got Mr. Glenn Brummer, former Cardinals catcher, and he has a very famous game where he stole home plate. This is after the celebration there. Of course, stealing home plate's a pretty big deal. It doesn't happen that often. And then when you're the catcher, you're not usually known for being the fastest guy on the team, but he was able to do it. So you can search. That's on YouTube. You can search it. I think it was like 1982 or something like that, if I remember right. It's a pretty cool clip. Then I got Mr. Eddie Robinson. I think he's the only gentleman in this photo still living. He's like 98, 99 years old with $10. Signed this 4x6 photo. We got Yogi Berra. It's got Bill Skowron and I think Hank Bauer. Of course, Mr. Robinson's the only one that's still living from those guys. And then he included this extra reprint card, which is pretty cool. So that's another point for Team 50s and 60s. He included a advertisement for his book, Lucky Me, which is available on Amazon and all other places. And you can, for $27 you can get his book, or $37 you can get it signed. So that might be something to look into if you want to get Mr. Robinson, and also if you'd like to get the books. And then he just wrote on my letter just some personal stuff. So that's a cool return there from Mr. Eddie Robinson. Then I guess we'll go to some celebs. We got a composer, Mr. John Kander. Actually, I got Star Tiger pulled up. I just want to pull up some stuff about these next people. He's also a lyricist with Fred Ebb. That's who's also in this photo. So mainly he did for like musicals, Chicago, Cabaret, Kiss of the Spider-Woman, Funny Lady, Woman of the Year, all kinds of stuff. Also did some stuff in movies, but primarily Broadway composing. So pretty neat success there. He is 93. I believe he might be a World War II veteran. Don't check. Then we got a Planet of the Apes actor, Mr. Eldon Burke. He signed the backside of each of these photos. He played a sergeant, I believe, in the TV series. No, it was just Planet of the Apes 68. He's also in Blazing Saddles, which is another, but he played the Gorilla Sergeant in Beneath the Planet of the Apes in 1968. So I believe he's in his 80s or around 90. Then we got, finally, the last actor, we got Mr. Lou Antonio. Pretty cool return there. And he was in such shows or movies as Cool Hand Luke, Star Trek, Boston Legal. I was thinking maybe The Twilight Zone, but maybe not. But still had a pretty long career. He's 86 now. So neat actor returns there. Then we got a World War II return. This was sent out a while ago, but there's a reason for that. He's in a nursing home, so obviously with the pandemic, he couldn't really have his family come in to get his mail for him, and he is his daughter, I believe, daughter or granddaughter, messaged me on Facebook to say that he had received some letters along with some others, so some of you guys probably have sent to him, and he was looking forward to being able to get to him, but he's visually impaired, so he can't read the letters. So she was waiting until she got the okay to be able to get in there and read the letters to him, and then and get to talk with him, and he was kind enough to sign for me, so it's very neat. And then also just getting a response back from his family. This is Mr. Martin Gelb. He was born 1918, so he's 102. But he signed the photo. I think actually this is somebody else's photo, because I didn't write on the back. But I may have sent something very similar, honestly. I don't remember. And then they it looks like he included an index card. But I got a 2-page letter here, talking about his life, and then just yeah, he's hard of hearing with poor vision, but still sharp as a tack. So just stuff about his life, which is pretty cool. So really awesome. So thank you so much for your service, Mr. Gelb, and thank you. I really appreciate you signing for me. That's a really cool one. Mr. Gelb served in the OSS in England and France. He was behind enemy lines most of the time, and helped in the liberation of Buchenwald concentration camp. So that's a very famous concentration camp. So really cool. Definitely a true hero right there, living amongst us. Then we got a NASA related TTM. So this photo here, obviously you see it's not signed, but we got a whole bunch of stuff here in the back. This is Mr. Arthur Cosgrove. Let's put his info in here real quick for you. He was a Eastman Kodak engineer, and he worked on the camera team for NASA's lunar orbiters that photographed the moon and mapped landing spots for the Apollo missions, and led to the first photo of the Earth from the moon in 1966. And that's what this photo is. This is a photo of Earth from the moon for the very first time in our human history, 1966. So it's a pretty neat piece of history right there. So that's really cool. And he just wrote a lot of really nice stuff, and then just talking about how they designed it, and looks like the research, and just some other interesting facts about it and the company he worked for. So that's really cool. I won't read it on camera here, but I'll definitely read it off on my own. Then finally, we have another interesting, different kind of maybe TTM that you wouldn't normally send. I don't know. This is Mr. Thomas D. Rogers Sr. He signed the backside and signed 2 photos that he included as extras. Now, Mr. Thomas Rogers, you might be wondering, well, who is he? He worked for the U.S. Mint. He helped design the Sacagawea coin and 4 of the U.S. state quarters, which I used to collect when they came out the first. As a kid, we used to go to the bank with my mom all the time and pick them up. I still have the quarter thing somewhere. It was like a big, I used to use it to film actually, but it was a big fold out thing that you'd put out, and you would put each quarter in. And so obviously he designed the Massachusetts one, and then this is just another mold with the eagle, and then the Sacagawea coin, which the first photo was in reference to. So I thought that was a pretty neat one return. I just told him how much I enjoyed collecting those quarters and still have them, and all the great memories. he also just put a little note on the bottom. I messed up on my letter here, I'm noticing. I'll have to make sure I pay closer attention. But anyways, that is it. So kind of a long mail day, but a good one in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Was that five or six more points to add to my team. 4-leaf cards got in a ton. So Team 90s, you guys better watch out. I think we're tied now. So we're doing pretty well. It's going to be a tight race looking like all the way down to December. So thanks guys again for watching. I will see you maybe tomorrow. Wednesdays aren't usually that good for me for mail, but maybe Thursday. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.